So first, we need to slick back our edges. I like using the yellow Got2b gel and the baby hair X brush. We are going to put a little bit of gel on our hand or finger and just dip the brush into the gel and smooth back our baby hairs. Use however much you need on your edges. If you have thicker hair, of course you're going to use more. If you have thinner hair, you're not going to need a lot of Got2b. Of course, we got to blow dry, but it shouldn't take that long. It should only take you about a minute just for this to dry. Maybe two, depending on if you have thicker hair in the front. You're now going to try on your wig. You're just seeing basically how far the frontal goes across your hairline and get a good picture of what you're going to need to cut off. Make sure you see where your ear starts so you know where you need to cut. You can go in from the front or the back when cutting out for your ears. This step is going to prepare you for when you need to apply the band to the wig. I accidentally cut a little bit more off of my sideburn, but we'll end up fixing it later. I always use elastic bands on my wigs. Because I showed this step before, I'm going to speed past this part of sewing it onto the wig. Try on the wig to make sure that everything is cut right around your ears and the band is tight enough but not too tight to where you get a headache. Most 613 wigs come with transparent lace. It's a little too light for me, so we're going to tint the lace using makeup powder. Now, I only put the wig on a mannequin head because when I tried to do it in my hand, it looked dumb. So I just put it on the mannequin head. But you're going to swipe the makeup across the lace enough to where the powder is on there, but not to where it's seeping through on the other side. Once you do this a couple times, you're going to spray your Got2b, spray it over top of it just to seal in the color and the powder. Now that I'm done applying the powder, I'm just going to do a skin test to make sure that the lace matches my skin tone. I'm just putting it over my arm just to see how well it blends together. To me, it looks okay, so I'm done with this process. If I needed the lace to be a little darker, I would just repeat. I'm just going to make sure that everything looks right, just to see if I see any extra white spots that I might have missed. Now that everything is in place, we can go ahead and start cutting. I like to do jagged motions, but also following my hairline. That will give it the natural look instead of cutting it straight across. From time to time, you'll see me pick up the wig just so I can see where my hairline is. Like I said, I like to follow my hairline, so I just want to mimic it and make sure everything is in the right place. Now, baby hair is to each his own. You don't need to pull a lot out from the hairline, but if you did bald your frontal from plucking it too much, you will have to do that. This wig was already pre-plucked, so I didn't have to do nothing to it at all. Once you parted out what you wanted for your baby hairs, you can go ahead and use the scissors or razor comb to cut the baby hairs. I like to do mine short because I don't have a big forehead. People who have more forehead, you can cut them and leave them long. Don't use the scissors and cut straight across. You want to do it up and down motion or a slanted motion. Sorry. I like to set my part first before I do my baby hairs, just so I can see where I actually want to place my baby hairs at. We are going to use foam wrap lotion to do this. You need a lot to lay the top part down. I really like using the Got to Be spray on setting the baby hairs. I'll just spray a little bit onto the brush and just brush my baby hairs back into the wig. I got a little OCD on baby hair, so I'm going to hurry up and skip through this part because I'll be on my sideburn for a long time. I'm going to use foam on the other side just because people say it's another good way to do glueless. I'm not used to this way, so don't judge me on the stuff that I do. But it seems like it's pretty easy, way easier than the other side, but you have to use a lot of foam. Now, I do use Got to Be spray at the end just because I like to give it that melted look. If you do glueless, of course it's not going to look like it's melted in because you don't have glue. Let's wrap this baby up and start to dry. I did dry it for about 10 minutes. I will say that, of course, the Got to Be side dried faster than the other side with the foam. If you do the foam thing, I would sit under a dryer. If you don't have a dryer, then go to sleep. If you don't want to do that, then just use the Got to Be spray. It's faster and easier. Look at that melt, y'all. Now, I do see a little bit of white stuff, so I'm going to just go ahead and put some more powder on top of the lace. Can y'all start to see the difference of me putting the powder on, of that white stuff going away? I am going to spray on top, again, just to seal in the color and the powder. I look real cute. I would wear my hair like this, but I'm going to just go ahead and flat iron it. This is the finished product. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, make sure you subscribe to my channel to keep up.